Hey, MTS crew, what is going on? I'm getting ready to do a little impromptu barbecue. We're going to barbecue some chicken ribs, and you remember those little red hots? Yes, my husband had a taste for those. And these ribs, I just took them out of the freezer last night, and I bathed them down in brown sugar and my barbecue seasoning, and I cleaned the ribs off and I froze them. So those have been froze for a while. So I let them thaw out, and so they're going to be ready to go on the grill. I always get my meat prepared for a barbecue if I know I'm going to do it maybe a couple of days or maybe even weeks ahead. Okay, y'all, we're going to take and just cut this chicken, cut the spine out of the chicken, and we're going to flip it over and season it. It was a little tough for me to cut, so my husband had to assist me in this. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna put some olive oil on this and massage this olive oil in the front and the back of the chicken. The olive oil is like a carrier oil, and it's gonna make the chicken tender, and the seasoning a heave to the chicken. Okay, my seasonings are lemon pepper, parsley flakes, barbecue season. I have this barbecue seasoning that I use, and it has brown sugar in it. It's really good. So we're gonna just take that and get that all mixed up so we can massage it in the front and back of the chicken. Make sure you, when you massage it in the back, you get it in that cavity real good, because you want all of those seasonings in that chicken. And you can do this beforehand. If you're going to barbecue a day ahead, just go ahead and prepare your chicken. I love preparing things ahead and get it in the refrigerator. So what we're trying to do, y'all, is just cook all of the older meat out of our freezer and make room for the new. Okay, so we're going to massage this chicken real good. Real good. And sometimes it's cheaper to buy a whole chicken. You can always cut it up. Back in the day, mom would buy a whole chicken and she would just cut the whole thing up. So I'm not cooking for many people. So this would be just enough chicken for us. So go ahead and let's get this chicken done, okay? All right, we got that going on. So now, y'all, these red hots, I washed those and I patted them dry. Back in the day, we used to call them splits. You take them and put them on a hamburger bun with some chili and cheese, and boy, did you have a meal going on right there. So every now and then, we don't eat this type of food all the time, but every now and then, my husband or my children, we might want a little switch up. So I decided to just throw these hot links on the grill. So what I do, I just split them right down the middle, and then on the ends I just kind of split it wide open so they won't curl up. So that's the reason I do that. Just split each end and keep them from curling up. Okay, I have all my food prepared, y'all, to go on the grill. I have cabbage. We have cabbage with green peppers and onions. We're gonna do candy yams, so I have my candy yam, my potatoes all cut up and soaking, and here is butter and a little olive oil. So my butter and olive oil, I'm going to put in my skillet. If you're not using bacon grease, I would suggest use butter and olive oil, because that buttery flavor in the cabbage is really good. So I just combine it together. So I'm going to fry me some cabbage, and I have green peppers, onion, and red peppers, and a little small yellow peppers also. And I'm going to add some salt over that and get that stirred up. And also I'm gonna add about a tablespoon full of vinegar. I love to put a little vinegar over my on my cabbage. A little vinegar. You can use any kind of red wine, white vinegar, any kind of vinegar that you want to use. I love that flavor. So I'm sauteing these down. I don't like my cabbage mushy and brown. I like my cabbage still to look vibrant and delicious. Okay, y'all, we're getting ready to go ahead and get these candy yams done. I put 2 cups of water in there. I'm going to put vanilla flavor, about 2 tablespoons of vanilla flavor. I'm going to put a half a tablespoon of cinnamon, and I'm going to put a teaspoon of nutmeg in here. I'm going to put 1/2 stick of butter, and like I say, a little salt makes everything taste good. But you can omit the salt if you want to. So I'm going to put maybe a half teaspoon of salt. And I also have a fresh lemon, a fresh squeezed lemon. You can use lemon flavor or whatever, but I always use a little fresh lemon. So I'm putting a half a cup of sugar, white sugar, and a half a cup of brown sugar. There goes the lemon. That's a fresh lemon that I'm squeezing in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get this stirred all up, and I'll put the top on it, and I'm going to let it cook down to bubbly. Like it's turning to candied yams. Okay, so we're gonna let this bubble. Oh, there's my salt, y'all. And we're going to let this kind of bubble up, and then when it bubbles up and get the thickness that I want, I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to add my yams. Now you can also take this mixture and just pour it over your yams and put them in the stove. Okay, there's my meat going, y'all, my chicken. Okay, now y'all, there's that bubble that I was talking about for the candy yam. This is the way I make my yams. I know everybody do it different, but if you want to just pour this over your yams, put it in the stove, fine. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pour my yams into this mixture. And I don't like my potatoes to cook down to a mush. I do like a little texture on my potatoes. That's a little resistant. I just don't like mushy yams. So we're going to go ahead and let those cook down for a minute. And by the time the potatoes get at the consistency that I like, they're going to be perfect. Okay, so we're just going to let these cook. I put the top on them just for a few minutes to kind of get them going, and then I cook them with the top off. So those potatoes are going to be good. Y'all, yeah, I throw it on a skillet of cornbread. I wasn't going to do cornbread, but I did a skillet of cornbread. Y'all, here's the plate, y'all. This plate is absolutely delicious. Now, y'all know I had to have my Canada Dry ginger ale. I have a ginger ale with just about every meal. I drink water too, but my favorite is Canada Dry ginger ale. Everything turned out good. Everything is delicious. Everybody was pleased with their meal. Now, you can take that sausage and you can have those like the next day. If you want to make you a split off of those little hot links, just make you a split off of them. Let's do some throwback stuff with that split. I know you remember about those splits. So enjoy, and thanks for watching.